Which one are we live on? Are we live right now?
We're live on the Mainstream Cannabis Media Empire. I'm Travis Lippert, CEO of Veedverks Unlimited Limited, better known as Veedverks.
I love when you say that, how you do the intro. Michael Miller, International Director for PanaceaLife.com, CD manufacturer here in beautiful Colorado.
And today we have Wayne Weisenfluh from MMJ Financial Solutions.
There's a lot of questions that we have for you.
Well, thank you. I'm ready.
And I know our listeners want to hear.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
So this farm bill.
I love that. Yeah. We want
this farm bill.
Minds want to know.
Start off with the farm bill. Huh?
Yes, absolutely.
I think this farm bill is a big deal. And the reason why I think that farm bill is a big deal is because it defines hemp as cannabis sativa L in any part of that plant, including the seeds thereof and all derivatives, extracts, cannabinoids, isomers, acids, salts, and salts of isomers, whether growing or not, with the delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol concentration of not more than 0.3% on a dry weight basis. To me, the federal law is singling out this one of at least 113 known phytocannabinoids and saying that as long as you've got less than 0.3% of that one cannabinoid on a dry weight basis, then this is hemp. And you can grow hemp as if you were growing corn. Provided you're following all of your state regulations, you can get crop insurance. And up until perhaps we talk right now, I believe that the banking solutions available to the hemp industry, at least, are going to change dramatically. But
fingers crossed. We're hoping so.
We're hoping so. I have a feeling that we're going to hear some. There's going to be a little bit of rain on my parade I've had in my head for the last week or so. So let's do it. Let's rain.
What do I think?
What do you think? First, tell us what you do. Tell us what you do.
I provide financial solutions for the cannabis industry. Do lending, banking, credit card processing, and cash transport. So pretty much anything that has to do with those four areas, we specialize in those.
Lending, banking,
banking, credit card processing, cash transport.
How successful are you on keeping your clients on right now as far as credit card processing? I mean, in our industry, someone who got kicked off yesterday, the day before.
Yep.
We have ourselves.
Well, there's a right way to do it and a wrong way to get set up.
Okay.
Most people, there's a lot more wrong ways to do it out there than there are right ways. Right. The right ways are more challenging. It takes a little bit more time, and they usually are a little bit more pricey, but you'll never get shut down for who you are. I mean, regulations could change to where who knows what happens, come in and everybody gets shut down. But as long as you set it up correctly, you are not going to have any issues.
So with what Travis led into, do you see banks opening up for at least companies in the hemp sector?
Possibly. This is still a very gray area.
Right.
It's a very taboo area. Hemp cannabis is still taboo, regardless of the laws. It's still taboo. So banks are not going to just open up and say, oh, come on in. They're not going to do that. One, they have to get the regulations set up, properly. There may be some banks that open up for the hemp growers, but hemp is hemp and CBD is CBD. CBD is the final result of hemp, which is still not federally legal. CBD. Hemp is, but CBD is not. It's the product.
You know what? I'm seeing that all through social media, what have you. Now, with what you just read, I'm on your side with that. But what's the difference in the bill between hemp and CBD? There's this a percentage of groups out there that say CBD is legal now, and there's a group that says it isn't.
It's a gray area. It is very gray. Most of the things that I've read and the experts that I've talked to, it's CBD is the end result. Check your state law, call them up. Is CBD legal? And they'll tell you, no, yes, whatever state you're in, they'll actually tell you. A lot of opinions going around, but again, it's gray. It's really tough to interpret exactly what is going on.
No, we're just joking.
I heard number one. Hi, Jenny Gold. Thanks for and Chris
Jenny Gold,
Cheddar, Jason Lopez.
Hey guys.
Jenny.
Hey Jenny.
Yeah, I
Jenny
heard
says hi,
TCF Bank is never going to do any business with hemp, or let's just say all small businesses. In fact, you could just assume that TCF Bank is never. In fact, just pretend that they don't exist.
They're not part of the fam.
They canceled our banking one week, and that's all we did that week was recover from that. And that was, when this farm bill gets signed, I seriously, I can't imagine these local banks not wanting to welcome our business. I don't know about loan us money, but it says it right there, and I know that we're all gonna debate about this, but it says right there that it means the plant and all of the derivatives and extracts, cannabinoids, which includes cannabidiol, except for Delta 9 THC.
As long as it goes in the 0.13, I interpret that CBD is going to be legal as soon as he signs. Now, states will still have their ability to block it.
Outlaw,
but
true. We don't know. None of us knows.
Where's your crystal ball? Exactly. That's what we brought you on here for. The crystal ball.
You said he was going to have a crystal ball.
I forgot it on the last show, guys. Sorry.
He's cheating on us. What last show? The Jenny Gold show.
Yeah. The host threw it out the window.
Oh, my goodness.
So can a cannabis account be FDIC insured?
Yes. As long as the bank adheres to state regulations and guidelines, they can be FDIC insured.
So, but they're admitting that they have a cannabis account.
Who's admitting the banks?
The bank.
Absolutely. You have to.
But then the FDIC, they can't come in and threaten them? Because that's what goes on out there.
FDIC is just an insurance company. That's it. It's an insurance company.
But don't they carry weight as far as they can pull that charter?
They can. Yeah. On tier 1 banks.
Okay, what's a tier 1 bank?
Bank of America. Okay. Wells Fargo.
Okay.
Tier
Wells
1 banks
Fargo,
are
tier 1.
Are not.
You're tier 4 Wells Fargo.
4, and not 420 either.
Wells Fargo.
Wells Fargo.
Wells Fargo.
I think
TCF.
What was the woman's name? The ag commissioner in Florida. I think she won.
Oh, Bondi?
No.
Oh no, she was the AG, Attorney General.
I forgot her name, but Wells Fargo canceled her banking, which is ironic considering how many fake accounts they started for so many people. It seems.
Isn't that the truth?
Wells Fargo, whatever.
Yeah.
You're a tier 4 bank, but tier 1 by some measures at least. So
I think we need to kind of block his. Yeah.
Blurs. These are the.
He might need them for his clients.
It's either going to do good for the business or it's going to
you don't see him. You don't see him.
Oh well.
No, these are my opinions, not our esteemed guests' opinions.
We need that lead in. Remarks and statements made by co-hosts doesn't necessarily reflect in our guests' views or opinions.
Doesn't necessarily always reflect my own opinion.
Yeah.
But so the tier 1 banks then.
Tier 1 banks, from what we understand, cannot get involved because of the bailouts and all that back in 2008. Private banks, absolutely. And banks can take up to 45% in cannabis money from the DOJ. So
really?
Yes.
What, the tier 2 banks?
Tier 2 banks. Private banks, credit unions.
Okay.
The reason banks do not get into it is because they are scared of the client. They don't give a crap about the DOJ.
They really don't?
No.
Well, about the client? Go ahead.
The client is the one that brings the challenges. Who is he? Where's he getting his money? He's been in business. Money laundering from other illicit drug activity. You have $10 million to get into a bank, and you've only been in business for 6 months.
He's blowing up out there.
Is it realistic that you can get that $10 million in 6 months?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Right.
No, it's impossible. So that customer, where do you get this money? Right. Banks are going to go, no way. Right. Don't want anything to do with it. Companies like ours vet these clients for the banks. So we deliver them a little to no risk client. Says, here you go. This is our client. Will you accept them? And they say yes or no. Once they say yes, They apply, and then they go through all the vetting process through the bank, and then we help them with that as well.
Nice.
So at the end of it, they either get declined or approved for an account. So we've had several decline for unknown circumstances, but the majority do get approved through our process.
Now, there's definitely additional fees that are applied to cannabis companies, right?
Yes, these are not free accounts. They never will be until regulations change.
Right.
These accounts, CBD, ancillary, cannabis, anybody has to go through monthly audits. So that takes time and money.
Sure.
So cannabis accounts take the longest to get set up because they go through site inspections.
What, the bank will actually send someone out? Mm-hmm. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, they'll actually send somebody out, check all their paperwork, everything, make sure it's all legit.
Test the products, making sure it's valid to what's on the side of the box.
Anywhere between 2 to 6 weeks setup time. Mm-hmm. But we have no waiting list. Like some other companies out there, we deal with about 75 to 80 banks that are contracted with us personally. So,
oh, nice.
Not that other companies may not have them, but we have pretty decent rates and percentages. So there's
nice.
So anybody can bank.
That's news to me.
Yeah, I had no idea. I thought it was just blanket across.
Yeah, there's only
about
400 cannabis banks knowingly have cannabis banks in the country, which is not very many. So, and there's a lot of companies that need banking, but they pile their cash downstairs in their basements or in bunkers.
Right.
We have solutions to get that cash into a bank, either through the front door or the Federal Reserves.
Nice.
Which they also accept cannabis money.
So you want to tell our viewers the 400 names of all 400 banks? No,
yes,
joking.
Here's my account number. 25 grand in each. Yeah, it took 3 years to get these bank contacts, lending contacts, processing company.
Sure.
It's very valuable.
Right.
Our customers are under NDA on these banks. They're not allowed to give the names of these banks out.
Okay.
You know, just, hey, go talk to this bank.
I understand.
The reason they don't want to do that is because the banks are going to get tons of phone calls. They're just going to get inundated.
I hear you have cannabis accounts.
Exactly.
And I don't want to go with TFC.
No.
TCF.
Yeah, I heard they went out of business.
I think they did too. They did.
Punks.
Level 6 bank.
Level 6 bank.
Tier 6.
Oh, Lordy.
How many tiers are there?
It's just tier 1. That's all I thought of, and then everybody else.
Yeah. Ads on.
Yeah. They're the lowest tier, right?
So I guess the accounts are legal, right?
The accounts are legal, yes.
Right. That's totally new to me.
I know.
I mean, I'm still baffled at that. Yeah, as far as I've always heard or seen myself is, I know some marijuana companies and CBD companies have bank accounts. The banks are, you don't advertise it. Don't ask, don't tell kind of thing. But I had no idea that the tier 2 banks down legally can open accounts.
Yeah, let's get back to that don't ask, don't tell thing. That can get you in trouble. You are not an advertising company. You're not some other corporation. You are in a federally illegal business. Cannabis is federally illegal, which FinCEN comes into play. Financial Crimes and Enforcement Division comes into play.
Do they carry guns?
They carry
guns.
Wow,
can you believe that? I hate that.
I hate it when they carry guns, too.
ARs.
These really come in, they point them at you right up jump.
Sets the mood.
I know.
Like,
it does.
Other corporations can have an umbrella corporation.
Right.
You want to be very careful with cannabis because FinCEN regulations, you're disguising the way the money is put in. That is money laundering 101.
Yeah.
So you got to really be careful. You can't open up a enterprise's advertising account and then have it be cannabis.
Everyone did that back in the day. Everyone.
Before they realized what could happen. People are still doing it.
Yeah. Well,
we, of course, don't endorse that, and we don't approve it, but we set you up on an account that you don't have to worry about.
Right. So. Back in the early BioTrack days, I was making a lot of calls here in Colorado, and, everyone DBAs off their company and DBAs off that company and DBAs off that. There were a lot of locksmiths for such a lightly populated state compared to like Florida. A lot of locksmiths are in this industry.
Really?
Yeah, I'm serious. It'd be like, they call Michael, I just got shut on this. Now it's XYZ locksmith. That's what it was common.
Yeah, because people didn't know what to do. They didn't realize what they were doing to their businesses. And same with credit card processing. They try to hide it. That's banks have a term for that. It's called fraud.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Banks in their words. Fraud.
Fraud. Yeah. So we have to stay within compliance. You can stay in compliance or you don't have to. That is risking your company, your hard work. So you rest assured that with us, you are compliant in every way.
It's amazing.
It's good.
So,
it really is.
The best we can at this time. Again, everything is just still so gray. We have the best solutions that we know of right now, and they're constantly evolving.
Sure.
I mean, every week something pops up, or a solution goes away and we can re-get them into something else.
Oh, nice.
A better solution comes up. So constantly evolving. We're always on top of it. And question to ask yourself is, if something's cheaper, ask yourself, why doesn't Wayne have it? Why doesn't MMJ Financial have it?
Right.
There's a reason for that. We don't endorse it because it's not a solid solution.
Right.
We're not going to do that to our clients, put them in a solution where they're going to have problems. We're building a company, we're building a brand, and we want to make sure that we are 100% upfront. And people either like that or they don't care about it. So
I have a feeling you're going to get a lot of calls after this.
Feeling too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
that's no.
I mean, they could be good calls.
Yeah, good ones. Hey, I need a bank account. I need a bank account. I need a bank.
I mean, a lot of people do. It's way less difficult on the hemp side of the industry than it is for the. I mean, everything's easier on the hemp side of the industry, basically.
Yeah, we expect it to be a little easier for hemp, but we don't know how.
Right.
You don't know. The FDA is now in charge of it, so they may put on regulations. Who knows? We just don't know.
They just opened up another can of worms. FDA.
They're a slow-moving beast.
Yeah, that, and now are all the products going to have to be inspected and FDA approved? The CBD products. I read some of that out there.
Maybe, but I mean, are they going to inspect all of the corn products? Yeah. Are they going to?
They're going to single us out. They're going to charge a ton of money to inspect their own products.
I think that we deserve every bit of the same attention from the FDA that soybeans get.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with
agricultural commodity.
Right.
Yeah. Well, again, it's taboo. Corn is not. Soybean is not taboo. Hemp and cannabis has been taboo for 80 years. So you have a lot of that stigma of these people, who's head of FDA. We hate this stuff. We can't believe we're on it. So we're going to put it on the back shelf. Who knows what's going to happen? That was so interesting.
That's probably the American government's greatest achievement, demonizing this plant worldwide. Successfully. I mean,
they did a good job.
We're still having to. It's going to be a couple more generations, or at least another generation before it's. What do you mean it was illegal?
They say 5 to 10 years before everybody starts kind of, okay, maybe. But you're looking at over 10 years before people start realizing, there's nothing wrong with it. At least hemp. Yeah. Cannabis.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Is
there anything wrong? I saw some doubt here
that something's wrong with cannabis.
Yeah,
I know it's safer than wheat.
Yeah,
it's safer than McDonald's.
Is cannabis gluten free? I think it is.
I don't know. Is it? It's safer than romaine lettuce. Do you see all that?
It's safer than water.
Yes, it is.
It's safer than
aspirins.
It's
air. safer than air, depending on what part of the country or world.
Well, yeah, depending on what part of the world. Yeah. Maybe it's probably better for you to breathe through a joint in Shenzhen, China, than it is.
I was going to say that, but yeah,
than it is to just breathe normally.
Do you agree?
I agree.
You agree?
I agree. There's nothing wrong with it. It has amazing health benefits, and it's just it's too bad people have the views of it. It's really too bad.
Well, the views are changed. I mean, 94% of the country is in favor of medical marijuana, and most of the Senate and most of the House, and pretty soon the president are going to be okay with hemp, which is cannabis sativa L with less than 0.3% delta 9 THC, and which does, and the rest of the cannabinoids. Maybe we're in for a series of rude little awakenings, but I think
only in Kansas, but go ahead.
Well, in Kansas, I want to go to, I know I'm
run for the governor,
starting mayor. Many people who are interested in growing hemp in Kansas and growing it as a farm product.
Sure.
And for that, they are going to need to go talk to their standard farm bank and go get a loan on stuff for, seeds and equipment and stuff.
Be a great state to grow in.
Kansas?
Yeah,
especially the eastern part.
Yeah.
That whole state. I was talking to a friend about, there are a lot of different reasons why you might grow hemp. A new one could be just from the carbon sequestration of, I think that a lot of crops are going to need to be grown just to remediate the land in Kansas, because the land in Kansas is where they grow our food, and they spray nasty, nasty stuff on our food. Yeah. And it is unmarketable as a cannabidiol product. If you, the same reason why it's great at taking pollution out of the ground is the reason why I'm not a buyer for gross hemp. So I think they're going to have to, for at least a season, maybe 2 seasons,
clean the soil. Yeah, I never thought about that. That's a good point.
I think it's a real problem.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why I want to grow it there next year. Is I want to test the soil before, I want to test the soil after, and see what happens. People have to figure this stuff out on the large commercial.
What do they grow
scale.
there now?
Wheat, corn, soybeans, Milo, which cattle feed primarily. But the western part of the state, they actually have 2 wheat seasons. They can plant winter wheat. It grows somehow over the winter. It's it's a different type of wheat crop. But but that's, they call it the breadbasket of America.
Yeah.
And they're only going to be able to grow 80 acres per 640 acre section of land, which is unfortunate for them. But I think that maybe they can be quick to change their minds and realize that
once they start seeing everything roll out.
Well, once this farm bill gets signed, then open it up, Kansas.
Right.
It's,
as he said, all top banks will start opening up.
Oh yeah, they're just going to open
Tier
up.
1.
They're going to have
Bank America's going to put you on Rotodial. Are you a cannabis business? Press 1.
Yes, come on in. Yes. If you want to know what your bank is going to do, call them up and ask them. I have a CBD company. Will you guys accept me? And you'll find out straight from the horse's mouth if they're going to accept it or not.
Yep.
So, or I have a hemp farm, and just call them. That's what we do. We call banks. Will you do this?
Nice.
Yep.
Not just no, but no.
Yeah, we've heard no. We've heard yes. And then with TCS Bank, we heard yes and then no all of a sudden.
Well, they went out of business, though.
I know.
So we got to stop beating up on it. Did you hear that? They went out of business.
TCS went out of business?
They're dead to me.
At least to us.
It's to us. I wouldn't. That was uncool.
Where's your marijuana stamp tax? Wayne never saw it. I love this thing.
Oh, nice.
For Kansas.
Nice.
Now, where do you have to buy that?
You have to buy it at the Kansas State Tax Assessor's office in Topeka, Kansas.
So that's what you did. You went in there,
to walk in there physically.
And that was how much?
$10. And that will allow you to, if this allows you to Well, it doesn't allow you to possess anything, but if you have under 3.5 grams and this is somehow attached to it, they haven't figured that out yet because nobody actually uses things. They're just, it's a pile-on. Like after they bust you for whatever amount of weed, then they're like, and you didn't pay your taxes on it, so now it's a felony.
So that's what that is. It's like paying the taxes a little bit.
It's to avoid getting your charges up to. It's ridiculous.
That's such a scam. Now, if you and I did that,
I want to buy a sheet of it.
Coming in here.
Next time I'm back there, you can see that's got an edge on it, right? I just want to buy a sheet of them. And I mean, it's an interesting conversation to have with those people because they don't understand. They don't know what's coming. They don't understand that. Like, I'm pretty sure that they're going to say no, but I'd like to apply for a license to grow hemp in like the gardens in front of the Kansas State Capitol.
Of course they're going to say no, but they shouldn't. They should not. It's a beautiful plan.
I think that they'll say no in 2019, but I'll give them all of 2019 to think about it, say yes in 2020, when they also say yes to allowing more than 80 acres per section.
You know what you could always do? They've done this before. You just get a bunch of seeds, hemp, marijuana, and start throwing them in all the city gardens.
Well, I would never do that.
Yeah, of course. We're not telling you to. We're not telling you to.
Don't do that. Don't
do that.
But the process of going through the proper channels and making these, different groups of bureaucrats in different little places come to terms with the fact that, guess what? They lied to us. This plant was not bad for us.
Right.
In fact, it was good for us. And hemp's going to be I think it's going to be the what's that called when you're splitting wood? I try not to split wood, but like the wedge. It's going to be the wedge that splits this all open. Because as far as I read this farm bill, it doesn't even say THCA in it.
Right.
Like, that's how it should have been written. If you take that literally, I see it as CBD it's going to be legal as soon as President Trump signs.
We'll see.
Oh, he's going to.
We'll see.
What?
Again, just because it's legal, if it becomes legal and everybody's on the same page, that doesn't mean banks are going to open up their doors.
And this was the past president of TCF Bank, TCF, right? Or TFC? TCF Bank right here.
So, it may make it easier, but it's not going to be open doors. It's just not.
Hard to believe. Banks, they're probably about the worst in the world. That and insurance companies, as far as just wanting your money, and then charging you if you want to take it back. Every time you ATM, they whack you for your own money.
Yeah, if they do open it up, it's not going to be the benefit of the growers, the clients. It's going to be the benefit of the banks.
Yeah.
So rates are going to be much higher.
Sure.
So we're already going to be established. So check us out. We probably have better rates than banks.
Nice.
So we don't know.
I'm not super impressed with our current rate options. I'll tell you that.
No, definitely not.
No.
Hey, Cheryl and Staunchy and Jimmy, thanks for tuning in. John Pettit, thank you.
Jenny Gold.
Team Jenny
Gold for a while.
Yeah.
Let's Jenny, will you post a link to your GoFundMe?
Thank you, Jenny Gold.
Thank you, Jenny Gold. Jenny's a upstanding member of the CannaFam, and
I'm starting to use that. CannaFam.
CannaFam.
Yeah.
It's good.
I think you came up with that.
I didn't come up with that.
Yeah, you did. Yes, he did.
I didn't.
Yes.
I just.
So hashtag CannaFam goes back to Veedverks.
Do restaurants get the same amount of scrutiny? That's a good way to talk about a rough, sketchy business in general.
And they go in and out of business more than any marijuana companies.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I can't answer that about restaurants.
You heard it here.
I don't know. Not in the cannabis restaurant business, so I don't know. There are always challenges for companies, even in lending. just because you have a legitimate restaurant who's making money, they still have a tough time getting lending.
Yeah.
You can't go to a bank. That's where alternative lending comes in, is for us. You know, we can still do that. Just because if it becomes legal doesn't mean you're going to get approved at a bank.
Right.
If you don't get approved at a bank, we're the next stop. So if we can't get you approved, chances are you're not going to get approved anywhere.
Yeah.
We just deal with so many lenders that have deep pockets, very creative ways to maneuver some money around to make sure that you get funded. Mm-hmm. But then again, it all comes down to numbers. You know, we're not investors. We do not take your company. We do not want your company. We do not take control of it. So we are not investors. So if you have a great deal, have a pitch deck, I need $5 million, I have no money in myself, we're not your person. So we're not your company. So we lend money out. We don't invest. So,
Well, sometimes you need money lent out. Like we're trying to get into a major chain of stores right now. Mm-hmm. And that order, the first order is going to, it's going to be a lot of raw materials that we got to buy. And so just putting into place the financial instrument so that we can, when the time comes, you know, here's this purchase order.
Yeah. And we can lend off those. We can lend off of purchase orders and receivables. So,
have you ever thought about going to greensspaceventures.com?
I have not.
Yeah.
Should I?
Yes, of course. Let them help you.
I gotta
find and secure that.
I just, oh my goodness.
What?
I already just went through the ringer for, a similar setup.
Yeah.
Like they're.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just, we're dead serious. Okay. We're going to get into some regular stores here pretty soon.
Yeah, no, I think
it's
that's
going to be big orders, and we're going to need to borrow a lot of money to buy raw materials until we get paid on that purchase order.
Well, when you're in the center of excellence, maybe you've got that right there.
I keep hearing about the center of excellence.
I just emailed you. It's 1:00 this Thursday. The tour
I'll be there.
The.
Oh wait, yeah. You scheduled it.
Huh?
We might not go live on Thursday then. I want to come to this.
Yeah.
See the center of excellence.
Yeah. I want you a part of it. I think it's going to be fantastic. I mean, if all the numbers work and everything else, it would be a good joint venture partner too. But he can help you with that.
We can help you with those purchase orders.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we're getting it done. Everybody's been waiting on this farm bill.
Yeah.
I could name a bunch of major chains who have been waiting for this farm bill, which was supposed to get signed on September 30th. Right. And we were ramping up for a bunch of yeses on October 1st. And, you know, it's been a rough couple of 3 months just waiting this out.
Yeah.
And when they tried to derail it with all that stuff about Yemen and whatnot at the last second, I was just like,
stop.
Get your Yemen out my farm bill. Just put that in some... Whatever bill is about the wall, put it in that one.
Yeah.
Pass the farm bill.
Right. Tier 1 banking, put it in that one.
Yeah.
No.
That's right.
So, well, you really have answered that. Like if you can loan against purchase orders, that's
right.
I mean, that I think
receivables as well.
Receivables.
Commercial real estate, equipment leasing, equipment financing.
You do all that.
Startups.
Really?
Yep. Everything. If you need money for your business, we can provide it.
You need to work with greensspaceventures.com as well.
Oh, yeah?
That's greensspaceventures.com.
Check those out.
Tell us about greensspaceventures.com.
Look it up right there. Show everyone.
I don't know if I'm falling into a trap here or not. I think it's uncouth of us to be looking up a different financial business while we've got
Well, he's actually in business. I'm not. All right, I've got a live site. It's a legal company, but I'm not in business.
Oh, that's yours?
Yeah. Yes.
Give me some money, man.
We'll talk after the show.
Okay, after the show.
But now here's your guy right here. Definitely.
Well, I had no idea that you could actually access traditional banking of some sort as a plant as a company that touches the plant. That's brand new news to me after all this time. Right. I don't know. I think that we'll have to educate a lot of bankers along the way. Like, I can't wait to really go sit down and just at a farm bank office and say, yes, sir, we'd like to buy a new head for this combine. Yeah. And see what here's the farm bill.
Yeah. And one of these days it's just going to be like that. Done.
It will be. Yeah. But, I mean, there's too much momentum in this industry now. There's too many people who are pushing this forward.
We also got a lot of companies that are resisting too. For hemp, look how many companies are going to have a serious blow to their businesses. Construction, oil.
I miss the
pharma.
As far as what now? I missed
the hemp business.
Okay.
Cotton, hempcrete, construction businesses, big oil, all that stuff can be made from hemp.
Oh, without
which is putting a lot of pressure. There's, I believe, 22 companies, industries, corporations that are threatened by the hemp industry, and I don't foresee them making it easy for us at all.
Well, they pile on. You can see in like Arizona, Insys Therapeutics, makers of fentanyl, and artificial cannabinoids, spent, I believe, $1 million trying to defeat medical marijuana in Arizona. In Oklahoma with State Question 788, the backers or the people who opposed that, you can go look at who donated money to defeat it, and it was oil company. Oil company.
And it's
Pilot Flying J. Yeah, man, I'll run out of gas.
Pilot and Flying J, or is that one of the? Oh, it is.
Yeah, I'll run out of gas 10 miles past a Pilot Flying J before I stop in there now.
I'm just shy.
We're gonna drink your milkshake. That's what. Have you seen that movie with what was it? There Will Be Blood with Daniel Day-Lewis. At the end of it, he was talking about how he was in the oil business and how he slant drilled into this other guy's property. He's like, I drink your milkshake. I drink it up.
There you go.
We're gonna drink your milkshake. Well, it's get on board. Start. Get on board. It's an unstoppable force.
Absolutely.
And you're not an immovable object.
No. I'm really shocked though why some of the sectors out there are afraid of it. Now, I definitely understand pharmaceutical companies, building companies. You're just going to, I think, tweak your business model a little bit, because hempcrete, as great as it is, as great as it's going to be, I really don't see that becoming a household and viable option for the next 5 or 10 years. Do you? I don't know.
It'll take some time.
Yeah, and then
just the machinery to do this. The big plants don't exist.
Right.
I'd like to say hi to Winter, and we got Bridget,
Phil Kelly,
and Phil Kelly, future Senator Phil Kelly, Senate District 13.
He's running in 2020 again. Yep.
Oh my goodness! He's asking our opinion. What is your opinion about Phil Kelly running for state senator in 2020 again? Get some thumbs up.
Yeah,
I'm all for it.
But he's going to be going up against you. I thought you were running.
I'm not moving to Weld County. That place smells like fracking.
Does it really?
Yeah. Yeah.
It smells like
maybe.
fracking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess fracking does have a smell, right?
Well, yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
It does. But yeah, maybe Jeff Coe, state senator. I wonder who that is.
No, I think
politics is not for me. Man,
yeah, it is. I see you running as the mayor somewhere in Kansas. What's the largest
I'm not moving
city?
to Kansas either.
No.
I'm dying in this house I live in right now.
Yeah, nice.
Hopefully not soon. But yeah, I'm never moving. No. I found my place. I'm staying there.
Yeah, you're in a little slice of heaven.
Yeah.
Yep. Anything more around that area is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's that? Really?
No, not south of Red Rocks.
Yeah. On the
nice.
on the foothills.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's a nice area. Saw a lot of deer this morning.
Did you really?
Yeah, I see deer every day. But
do you really? Wow.
Tons of it.
All I see is them freaking little gophers. What are those?
Prairie dogs.
Prairie dogs. That's it.
I like prairie dogs.
So do I. They're so cute. Yeah. But then I wonder, they're up there like that, and they're keeping an eye on the flock or whatever, right? Everybody else in
flock of prairie dogs.
And but so they have good sight, right? Why do I see so many run over? Some parts that I go to, prairie dog, prairie. Yeah. Yes, yeah. Maybe it happened at night. They have bad sight at night. I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know.
It's another show topic. Why do prairie dogs get hit by cars?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, apparently they have good sight. I don't understand it. What's this? What are the different types of processing, high and low? Is that like... questionable companies and good companies?
It's underwritten as low risk or high risk.
Okay.
Stripe, Square, PayPal.
Oh.
Shopify, that's all low risk. Your donut shops, grocery stores, gas stations. Because of cannabis, it has to be underwritten under high risk. Which some banks, I won't mention any names, they're trying to get into it. The low risk, try to underwrite these high risk companies under low risk. CBD, from what we understand, figures aren't out yet, has an almost 20% chargeback rate, which is higher than anything else because of all this crap from China coming in.
Wow.
So once these banks start underwriting these CBD companies, they're going to be...
Don't buy your stuff from China.
Yes.
And don't support a company that does. I mean, the raw goods, at least. That's all I'm talking about. Raw goods.
Colorado grown hemp.
Yeah, I don't care if you buy a widget.
Clean American grown hemp is the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that sketchy stuff from overseas is.
Well, a good friend of mine owns one of the largest online retailers, and he got whacked on the East Coast. The state came in, took his vape pens off the shelves, tested them, and he came back with stuff that aren't in yours. But they buy their raw goods from China, and I was telling them, I go, that's going to come bite you in the ass, and it did. Yeah.
Man, I can't even imagine doing that.
No.
Like, I want to see the hemp plant. I want to see the plants that this came from. I want to see the operation. I want to see where it was extracted. I want to see everything. Because, I mean, the responsibility that you have as a product manufacturer to make a good, healthy, clean product is... It's the type of stuff that, I mean, I would just have nightmares if we didn't have that locked down. I can't imagine buying a tub of goo from China and extracting it and putting it in your products.
Yeah.
It's, if for no other reason than it seems like it's not very marketable.
Yeah. Some of your largest companies are doing it. And I just hope consumers really vet out the companies that they deal with. Because, you know, even if I know the people that are owning these companies, I would never, ever ingest anything in this industry from China from a raw goods standpoint.
So when these banks underwrite these accounts, 6 months down the road when they start getting all these chargebacks, this bank is going to go, whoa, and shut the program down. And everybody's on that. It's going to get shut down. Then they're going to call Wayne again. Hey, I just got shut down by a bank you told me not to go with.
Is it true that after the Farm Bill was signed by the House and Senate that Shopify's back on board with CBD companies? I was told that the other day, and PayPal's coming aboard now. And they're expecting somewhere around 2.9% rate, which would be just ridiculously good in this industry. But I don't know if that's any rumors out there.
Again, yeah, I haven't.
It's
heard,
a rumor.
Yeah,
Okay.
I haven't heard of PayPal. PayPal, as of yesterday, is not doing it.
Sure.
So, I mean, I don't know. Again, these low risk companies are going to underwrite it under low risk, and once the chargeback rate catches up to them, they're going to shut down the program or raise the rates because it's not low risk.
Right.
It's high risk because of chargebacks. Cannabis is in the high risk industry because of the laws. You know, they didn't know where to put it, so it's underwritten as high risk, which is all sorts of different kind of companies, multi-level marketing, credit repair places. Those are written under high risk because they have a lot of chargeback.
That's amazing.
The reoccurring
chargebacks like that.
You know, pharmaceuticals that are out there, reoccurring billing. There's a lot of chargebacks. That creates the high risk industry. CBD has a huge chargeback, which
we don't.
The companies don't know that.
Yeah, we don't. I don't even know if we've ever had one. If we have, it's been in
the industry
definitely single
itself,
digits.
They may do it individually. They may make that decision individually, or they may do it like insurance companies. You hail in Arvada, everybody in Arvada gets spiked with their, the rates.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it goes by zip code.
Oh, that's not fair.
So, no, it's not. It's not that you claim, it's everybody around you claimed and you're paying for it. So, same thing with
sharing the pain. So the credit card doesn't have to.
Yeah, don't know if that's going to happen. But that's what's going to happen with these banks that are getting on that has no idea what the chargeback rate is. They're going to get chargebacks, and they're going to do two things: raise the rate or shut the program down.
Yeah.
And you're right in the same boat.
Wow, it's amazing.
With the companies we set you up with, they're already written at high risk at a very low rate. We got 3.95 is the lowest that we will endorse.
That's incredible. 3.95.
It used to be 6.95.
That's what the average 5, 6, 7 out there right now.
3.95 and 4.95 that are solid solutions. No reserves, no caps. Already careful of the new solution coming out. There is a cap on it, which people don't know about.
New solution coming out? What do you mean? And a cap on it?
This bank who's trying to get into the industry, they put a $20,000 cap a month, so you can't charge anything over 20 grand. Otherwise, you get declined. So that may change. They may increase that, decrease it. But we have no reserves, so which is really nice. It used to be 10%. It's no reserves now. So solutions are getting better. And again, there are cheapies out there, and we won't endorse. Go for it. Be my guest, and we'll see you in 6 months.
A lot of people don't realize, it can be a bitch having your credit card processor taken, your bank taken, whatever. I mean, especially if you have a lot of monthly accounts, which Panacea does. Yeah. You have to call up every account and get the new information.
And if you're just trying to save a percent, trust me, it's not worth it.
No.
It's just not worth it. Get a solution that's solid, that you never have to worry about it again. Now you can work on getting people to your website, which you guys do best. So don't worry about that, because you are going to lose a lot more customers if your credit card processing goes down. You'll lose a ton of customers. They may give you one chance. If it's not up and running, they're going to go to a different website. They're going to find a different product, and you're going to lose customers. And that's going to cost you a heck of a lot more than the percent you're trying to save. But usually the people who save are the hobbies. Guys in the hobby, they're just doing it out of the garage and stuff like that. Businesses, they cannot put their business at risk. These big companies, they want to save money, but they also talk business. It's like, okay, saving 1% is not worth it, knowing that something could happen. So,
what's that phrase? Penny smart, pound foolish. You need to find solid people to do business with.
Stepping over dollars to save pennies, it's just not worth it.
It's kind of like camera. People don't realize it puts 200 pounds on the people. I swear to God, we're gonna do a show on the 1st, right? We don't have one next Tuesday. That's Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. But I don't think I've ever done a New Year's resolution, but I am for the first time. I'm losing this 25 pounds I gained.
Are you?
Yeah, I have to.
I don't make resolutions like that.
But I never have.
I make resolutions like learn how to solve the Rubik's Cube.
Which
next year my resolution, that's why I know, it's because I made it my New Year's resolution. Next year my resolution
Did you really? That was it?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Hey, can you do it blind or no?
No.
Blindfolded?
No.
Yeah.
That's beyond me.
Some people can. I don't understand it.
I can give me a little bit of practice, and I can do it 10 times in a row under a minute apiece.
Wow.
I'm impatient. I'd throw it against the wall.
Yeah. I would be freaking taking the colors off.
I used to take it apart and put it back together. I was supposed to. Yeah, that's how I did it.
My 2019 resolution is to make an American flag out of American-made hemp.
That's great New Year's resolution. Can we fly it here on our show one time?
Absolutely. Yeah, trust me.
Yeah.
I don't think you can probably just get one flag made. I imagine I'll be in here for a number of flags by the time it's all said and done.
I like that.
That's the bravest resolution. I think that usually I just try to keep it simple. Like, I haven't even resolved to learn how to read music yet, but someday that's going to be a resolution.
Really? You don't know how? I'm surprised. No, he plays really well. How do you play so well? Just
idiot savant. I don't know.
No, he does.
It's because it's because somebody told me that I couldn't hit the rock at just the perfect time. I said, "Oh yeah."
Wow, when you make your mind up, I love that.
Yeah, so I learned how to play guitar.
Yeah. So in the last few minutes, what did we miss? What do you think our viewers should know?
Oh gosh, so much. Protect your company. Compliance. That's the biggest thing we stress is compliance. Dispensaries, you can process credit cards the right way, or you can do it the wrong way. Wrong way is always going to be cheaper and a hell of a lot more risky. You can do things the right way. You just get companies such as ours, not that we're the only ones out there. There are other companies who are legit. Just stay in compliance. Ask compliance and know if this company is out for your best interest.
What's the difference between credit card and debit card? The dispensaries I go to, they all take the debit card. They won't take the credit card. Is one backed by FDIC or something?
No.
Federal government? No.
Actually, the debit card solution is not compliant.
It's not. They all do it.
They do it because it's easy to do it. Visa, MasterCard are not enforcing it. We talk to them, and they're like, we know it's happening, but we're not.
But we're making money on every transaction.
This just it's not on their radar yet.
Yeah.
Eventually, they'll all be shut down. You cannot process directly with cannabis on their POS system. You can't swipe it. It has to be a different platform, which we have, a very good platform, that will accept credit cards because you're not purchasing cannabis directly.
You're purchasing Bitcoin.
No.
Which
Bitcoin is getting...
I'm telling you what.
Nothing to do with Bitcoin.
That's a whole nother. That's a whole show.
That's
I mean, my goodness, as that went to shit.
You'll have to carry all the heavy lifting on that. All I know is,
I
can read a stock chart, and I would have shorted the hell out of Bitcoin about a year ago.
Yeah,
people I was posting about that on Facebook for a while before I saw that. Some people are really into it.
I've had so many people come after me.
Avoid it
all kinds of ways. I'm not saying it's not going to be, a commodity of the future, to pay for things, but Bitcoin's just they're predicting it might go to zero.
It's nothing to do with Bitcoin. We do not accept it. We do not.
You don't recognize or endorse it as the only.
No, I mean people are dispensaries. Let's talk about dispensaries.
Right.
Dispensaries have a challenging time believing Visa, MasterCard.
Right.
It's illegal and you can't do that. Well, there's a lot of ways you can't do it. There's only very few ways, one or two ways to do it right.
Right.
Yes, you can take credit cards. Now, it's a personal opinion, and I don't want to.
Right.
The reason we endorse the credit card portion is to get rid of that cash. It's dangerous. It's dumb business. I mean, everybody knows that. You don't deal in cash. And that's the easiest way and the least expensive way to get out of the cash industry.
Right.
We have dispensaries that only take credit card and debit card.
Right.
It's the same platform. They train their customers. We don't accept cash. Cool. And they do great. But there's other dispensaries don't want anything to do with it. They love the cash. Great. Cool. We can transport that cash for you.
We've got to fix all that. I know companies, at least back in the day, they would take $250,000 to $400,000 in suitcases to the IRS every month.
Wow.
This one owned, I think, 12 dispensaries, and I used to watch them count it up. It would be like cool, but scary as hell. Disgruntled employee.
There's guys with tens of millions of dollars in bunkers. California is probably one of the biggest states that has
bunkers.
Bunkers.
Bunkers, yeah.
And they've told me like, hey, we have this $50 million in this bunker. We don't know what to do with it. We're trying to invest it. So I've been working with them for 4 months.
Or the T&M laundering service that we were talking about before the show. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Been working with these guys for 4 months to gain that trust, because it's tough to hand over $50 million to somebody expecting it to get into a bank with not getting red flagged. Well, right now, the people who have this legacy cash are on the radar because it's not in the system. You get it in the system, you're going to be off the radar. It's going to be legitimate. It's going to be tracked and recorded. So everything's 100% legit. We can get it into a bank, but you just got to do it the right way, and then you'll be safe. Now you get it into a bank. Now you can diversify, get it into your stocks.
Yeah, but how do you make a deposit even legitimate for $10 million in this industry?
What do you mean? How do you make it legitimate?
Yeah, the guy, $50 million. What in the hell is he going to do with that?
He's going to put it into safer investments. Yeah. Charles Schwab.
We have a bunker here. I think it can hold up to what? 4 million, 5 million?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
But you're losing.
We don't charge either.
On money like that, you're losing tens of thousands of dollars a month.
Oh, big time. Right. Big time.
It was just stupid business.
Yeah.
Get into a bank, now you can start making money.
I guess if you really think about it, the government's really, making us illegal individuals. Fraud, wire laundering, whatever. There's so many things. If they want to come after you, they can.
And that's why it's not going to be so easy for his cannabis portion of it, because of other illicit drugs. The money laundering portion. How do we know this is all cannabis money? We'll accept cannabis money. Yes, we will. We will not accept cocaine money, heroin money. It's what's mixed in with it. Are they trying to do something? That creates the banks. No, don't want anything to do with it. So we have banks that will accept it. That's the difference. 80 of them. So
it's unbelievable. Wow. How do people get a hold of you?
They get a hold of me at my email, Wayne at MMJ Finansol.com.
MMJ Financial.
I just posted that in the comments here.
Cool.
Yeah. Nice.
Thanks, LS and Enver, for joining. Can pay, Enver says. What's can pay?
Can pay.
I don't know. Is that a business?
Or can
just can pay.
I've heard of them. I have quite a few agents out there that have their own branding, that send their business to us and stuff. I used to be that agent, used to be that guy, and got burned quite a bit from a local place here in town.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I won't mention any names, but I'm better than that.
It's TCF Bank.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
But you be careful. These guys are out there for, guys who want to bring their business to us or something. There's a lot of processing companies out there that will take your clients and you won't see a dime from them. So a lot of snakes out there like that. So we will not do that to our agents. So because I've personally been through it and I know how much it sucks. And so it's we have happy agents working for us. So
good.
Well, great show. It wasn't that painful, was it?
Oh no.
It's just a light and
can't
breezy
wait to
conversation.
See we got to have you on again soon after the give the Farm Bill about a month to shake out, and then,
see what happens,
then let's see.
Yeah,
because
then we're gonna put you on the spot, the hot seat. We need to have a show called the hot seat.
The hot seat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once a month, just blister
the
someone.
roast. It could be fun.
Yeah, I mean, with all the love intended.
Absolutely.
So great show.
Yeah, I learned a lot. Things I truly did not know, and I thought I knew.
Right.
Everything I thought I knew was wrong.
So
we're learning every day. I mean, just because what I said now, next week, it could be completely different.
No, but we've got it
changing.
taped. It better not change. We're holding you to it.
Yeah.
No, unless it's for the better.
Yeah. That's what we're hoping. Anything we bring on is for the better. And there's reasons we don't bring things on. And so we're hoping things open up a lot more for people, but we're expecting them not to open up as what people think, but if it happens, great.
Nice.
That's great. So,
do anything for the holiday season? No. What about you?
Staying here, I think.
Staying here.
You know what? I was thinking about flying to Costa Rica, Mexico City, or South Florida, and the more I thought about it, it's like I might just stay here in
I like
Denver.
snow in the Christmas time.
Yeah,
I
but
lived in Texas for 17 years. I
don't think it's going to snow. It says on the 27th it's got a shot.
Maybe.
Yeah, but
I have a snowmaking machine.
Do you really?
Yeah.
God, dog.
You should see.
Do you have a little hill in your yard we can go toboggan?
I've got a lot of hills around.
I bet you do.
Like one of my buddies moved into a house that's like 2 houses down basically, and it just goes off into open space.
Yeah.
So that's as long as the wet bulb temperature is below 27 degrees, we can make.
What's that?
Snow.
The wet bulb temperature?
It's a combined reading of humidity and temperature.
Okay.
The air needs to be, below freezing,
right.
But also it can't be too humid. It needs to be dry. And if it's dry enough and cold enough, then I've got
That's fun.
Big loud operation that my wife hates. That
what made you buy that? Get that?
I wanted snow. I wanted
snow.
And I lived in Texas. And several $1,000s later, I think I burned up 3 air compressors trying to figure out how to get this done right. But
right.
It'll be, if there isn't snow, then maybe that's what I'll do Christmas Day is I'll make snow.
You have all the kids in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fantastic. Yeah. It usually snows what? January, February, March here, right? In Colorado.
Always
more so.
Yeah.
I think like late February is good ski, like
the best, the peak.
That's when I always would book my ski vacations and stuff before it was, 90 minutes from here.
Yeah.
That's when all the big, wet, heavy snow comes. Tree breaking stuff.
Yeah. Well, we don't have a show on the 25th, next Tuesday.
So, we will not be here next Tuesday.
Yeah. But we might come up with something a little bit different on the show after. January 1st.
January 1st, we'll be here. Yeah, I'll be here.
I will.
New Year's Day, let's do it.
We're going to do it. We got to come up with something a little bit different. We need to have
How about
a bunch
let's not
of
wear a tie
call-ins.
for New Year's Day? No ties.
No ties.
Okay.
No ties.
Yes.
Yeah. no ties. And New Year's resolutions. We want to see you telling us your New Year's resolutions. The stupid ones, we're definitely going to tell you they're stupid. And like me trying to lose 25 pounds. No, I need to.
Yeah. I'd go for trying to solve the Rubik's Cube.
No.
It's so much easier, so much
pounds.
less work. 25 pounds?
Yeah. But I could lose 25 pounds easier in that I could probably figure that sucker out.
Huh.
But then once I figured it out, I'd probably be addicted.
Yeah, you get addicted to it.
Did I really do that?
Yeah, it's tough.
And then how fast can you do it? Yeah. It escalates the addiction of the Rubik's Cube. There needs to be a warning on that. No,
absolutely.
All right, so we will not see you here next Tuesday. We will see you here New Year's Day. I will not be wearing a tie.
No ties.
And we'll talk about resolutions, and we'll talk about that farm bill that will have been signed by then.
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed.
Let's do
this. Come on, Trump.
Let's do this.
I'm cheering for Trump. On this, I am.
I'm going to tell Vicente that you're cheering for Trump.
Did you see what he I don't know if it was fake news or real. I saw social media yesterday. Vicente, and hopefully we'll have him on soon. Blames
January. That's your New Year's resolution. Yeah. Vicente Fox, come on.
Yes.
Come on.
I guess a girl died in the caravan.
Oh, yeah.
And he blamed Donald Trump.
He's not afraid to mince words.
No. But he would be so much fun to have on. We're going to have him on. We will have him on. Yeah. Thanks for coming, Wayne. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much for the invite, guys.
Appreciate it.
Enjoyed it.
Thanks for tuning in, coughing, everybody. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. And then
have a good rest of your week, guys.
Take care.
Yep.
Right, bye.
Bye now.